I just figured something out that it's pretty annoying that I'm averaging sub 330 now on 7x7, and I never was able to understand that you could do something like this. But so let's hold this right here. So here's the case. Right here, if you have this, all you have to do is instead of having to do two commutators, like set it up to two commutators. So just figure that out. And similarly, if you have something like this, you can just go. So I did a few 4-line attempts, one on my way to my violin lesson. I just did two just now. They were all DNFs. The first one, I messed something up terribly during center execution, so I just stopped. Like at the beginning, I'd have to undo a bunch of stuff, so I just stopped. And then the second one, I stopped near the end of wing execution, because I thought I screwed something up a ton, and I couldn't remember like the last letter pair, so I just stopped. But it would have been a success, and I didn't mess anything up. And the last one, I was just 3 wings off. The times were not so good. They probably would have all been 17 minutes had I finished the first solve, but the second two were 17 minutes something, which is not so good. But I was also pretty tired, so hopefully I do solves another day. I'll do a lot better. I was reviewing way too much and messing up a ton, like a lot worse than when I got that 12-minute 53 DNF by 3 corners the other day. So hopefully I can get times like that again when I try attempts like tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, 2x2 average 50 for whatever reason. I rarely practice 2x2, but not so bad at all. Like my average of 50. It's probably pretty normal though. I only took my logos off of my 5x5 and my 4x4, my 4x4. But the thing is, when the logo was on this 5x5, it didn't look like the middle piece was smaller or anything, and you couldn't tell it. But once I took it off, it looked really weird, so I had to put the correct size sticker on. I never did before, because before I didn't want to have to take the logo and transfer it, so I just left it on. But I took them off of the Cosmic logos, even though I like them, because I have to if I want to compete in 4 and 5 line with these cubes. So I thought this was a success in PV, and I reviewed so much during it. It was a pretty lucky scramble. I mean, like, not super lucky, but there was only how many? 21 wing targets and 16 center targets, plus 5 corner targets, parity, and parity for corners and wings, and two twisted corners. But I was off by 3 centers. I don't know what I did. Maybe I messed something up weird during setup moves, or did something stupid. I don't know. First, like right here, it looked like a success when I first took it off, and then I was Hello guys, this is Sean Hartman, aka SMH Cuber, and today I'm going to be attempting the world records. I'm going to be attempting a world record on the 8 cube. So sorry for that. I have poor camera quality, so I'm sorry if my camera falls. Yes! Yes! World record! World record! 0.36! Yes! Yes! 203, I'm pretty sure this is my second best solve ever, and it had double parity, which is insane, because most of my other solves, like the ones that were sub 210, had no parity. Like, I'm pretty sure the 209 and the 206 both had no parity, and then the same with the 210, and this one has double parity, which is pretty nice. The thing that's even crazier about this is the centers were 58, so that means the edges were, how fast would that be? 44 edges. The thing what happened is when I got what was lucky about it was my last 4 edges. What I saw is I undid the slice move I did, and I realized that that was pointless, so I redid it. Then slice flips. Then I did a flip this edge, and I looked here, and it was this edge I did or whatever, and I know it was the orange, whatever edge it was first, but then it was the orange green, and I was just like, let's just flip this and see what happens, because this piece was right here and it was flipped, and this one had or this one was solved and there's nothing here, so I just flipped it and sliced back and it solved, and then I just had a last 2 edge case, which was kind of locky, and then I looked down, it was 142. I was like, oh my gosh, so my hand started shaking, but then I got to Olo parity at 155, no lockups on Olo parity, and then I just go into this COLL into PLL parity U-perm, and I get a 203. So that was a really fast last layer for double parity. Usually it's much slower. So I finished this average of 12 on 6x6. What's really cool is most, like, I think there was only one of these solves that had centers that were over 1 minute. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's the only reason there was 2 solves over 230, even though there was centers that quick, is because some of these solves I messed up on edges quite a bit. A few of the, this 206 definitely could have been sub 2 if my edges weren't so bad. But yeah, that 206 had 52 centers, but I also like messed up near the end of centers and I got like a lucky skip, which still made it 52, but it could have been easily sub 50 centers, so it easily could have been a sub 2 as well. But still pretty decent solves overall. Yeah, hopefully I can get stuff like this at the competition, and hopefully I can at least get a sub 220 mean, sub 210 single. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I can do better, who knows. 131 with a long pause before like during the middle of corners. Probably could have been better. I don't know how much better, but possibly even sub 120. I don't know. Yeah, it felt like a 10 or so second pause, but I don't know how long it really was. So annoying. The corner memo was so easy, yet I was still 3 corners off, and they were the 3. No, they weren't. This is so annoying. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I accidentally oh my gosh, what did I do? It's so annoying. Oh my gosh. It was easy and then I messed up. It would have been a mean of 3, that's why I care so much. It would have been a 151 mean of 3. Okay, so it wasn't really this far off. I actually timed it using a stack mat and I ended up getting 7-minute 30 memo, but then I did execution for centers, and then I did the first pair of wings, and then I realized I memoed wrong because my memo was HGHW, which makes no sense because the first target wasn't solved. So that's really annoying. I was actually done memoing wings like sub 5 minutes, but then I had to like review and stuff, and this is annoying because it probably could have done a lot better, but my center execution was like extremely slow, which yeah, it was like 2.5 minutes or something. So yeah, I don't know what I did on this attempt. It was 1408.22. 2 twisted corners. I think I understand that, but this is weird. 3 wings off. I don't really get what happened there. That was really weird. But 3 centers off again is also weird. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with DNF. I'm going super safe. 3 had a 9 blind. I messed up a ton on the first few cubes. It was 103 something, but I messed up a ton on like tracing on the first few cubes, and especially the 5th cube, so I had to rush the rest. And by no surprise, I DNF most of the ones that I rushed tracing. Yeah, pretty much all of them, but they were so close DNFs. Like, I don't know why there was this many though. This one, I missed like one of the the last edge thing, and they were like not odd and even on like odd corners and even edges would make no sense, so I was confused during it. But yeah, I don't know what I did on the rest, but I was rushing a ton. Next time I can probably get like easily sub hour, probably sub 55 minutes, even with going safer than I did. So I did the first mock comp FMC attempt and I got 43 moves. Not so good, but at first I found 46 and it took me forever, and I eventually found 43, so it's better than 46. Could have had like a 157 on 6x6, but I did U2 on before Olo, and then on PLO I did the U-perm, then opposite PLO parity, and I got to PLO at 155 even with the U2 thing, and even I still should have been able to get sub 2 at least. Could have easily been a 157. 3 corners off. 13 minutes 10. I think I memoed C as D, and I think that's why I'm 3 corners off. And I was stupid in this. I was trying to switch to something different where I memoed centers last, which I did, but instead of I memoed wings first instead of corners. So next time I'm gonna memo corners first. So yeah. I finished the mock comp for 4 blind, and my first 2 were DNFs, but they were both sub 15. I messed up like a corner memo on both of them apparently. The last one I went super safe and got a really slow a really slow success. This was my first 5 blind attempt I did, and I got 2501 in the comp sim, but it was 3 wings, 2 midges, and 2 X centers off. But this is an insane time. It was a lucky scramble though. It had like 6 midge targets, 10 midge targets, 6 corner targets, 24 wing targets, 18 X center targets, and 17 plus center targets. I did the 5-5 comp sim. The last solve could have been sub 1, but I got a little nervous during 3x3 stage, so I got a 101. But yeah, it's like point something away from my comp PB average, which is 107.87. But the first 4 solves, they weren't that good at all. I was having lots of pauses, but in the last, this solve was pretty not so, it wasn't that good because I messed up centers, but a little bit. But I like skipped an edge during last 4 edges, so that made up for it. But yeah, not too bad considering I had lots of pauses, besides the last solve. So I did 3 back going to final. This last solve had 135 execution. I messed up and I had to fix it at a time, but it was still up by 3 corners anyway. But if I didn't mess up, it was probably going to PB. Could have been PB, but I also did another solve after this, and I think it was probably sub 50 memo, but I looked down right before starting execution, and the timer stopped at 17 for whatever reason, so I just stopped the solve. It possibly could have been PB, though. I also did a clock comp sim. All the solves but the 9, like, I messed up in. The 9 was actually a pretty nice solve, but the other ones I messed up. But it still would have been, this still would have been comp PB average, because my official average is pretty bad. So I got 6 out of 9. I thought it was sub hour, but it was actually a little better than 1 hour 47. But yeah, I don't know what the little things I did, but I was going faster in execution. So this one was quite. I don't know why this was so far off. I don't know what I did. Maybe I did something weird. I don't know. This was 3 edges. This was 3 edges, and then this it was 5 out of 9 sub hour because the last cube I executed was successful. So yeah, at least it is a result, but it would have been 6 out of 9 had I been a little bit faster. Yeah, the memo was about 48 something minutes, so that's like 12 something minute execution. So yeah, I was reviewing quite a bit to make sure I didn't forget stuff, but I feel like these were mostly execution errors or whatever, but hopefully I can improve this to more accuracy and a little better time before I come, because I was reviewing a lot on this. So it's after my FSYL concert now. I was actually queuing while I was waiting because I had to wait there for like 3 hours, and then I was queuing, but like no one said anything because I was wearing headphones and hoping no one said anything. But my conductor came up to me and said things about it, which I guess that's a little better. It's like just the conductor, it's not just some other random person. But it wasn't during the solve, thankfully.